Going live. Hello, hello.
Eu que contando aqui, peraí.
Ah,
Oh, no.
I think it's
Hello, everyone.
on. Hi, welcome to another Open Source Thursdays. I'm Stephanie,
I'm Thiago.
and we are the Hex Devs team. We build programs like workshops, live sessions, and more things to come to help you become an expert developer. And Open Source Thursdays is a project that we contribute to Ruby on Rails Live. So you can see how it is in the real experience, no editings, no shortcuts. So lots of debugging, all of that stuff, the real life of a developer. And we are both Rails developers, and it was always a wish of ours to contribute to Ruby on Rails. We are putting together a mini guide with all the things that we have been learning so you can learn as well. So welcome. Let us know in the chat your name, where you're talking from. Say hi in the chat. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's great to get started again. If you remember from our last session, we are working on a pull request.
Yeah.
We're not fixing, we're just changing the default of a MySQL configuration for the database configuration for Rails. So instead of being false, we're going to change it to true. So if you remember from last week, we worked on the code and we submitted a pull request to add a deprecation warning, and we got a review. I don't remember if it happened after the live stream. I guess it was.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So after the live stream, we got a review, and the person said, "Oh, it's okay, good to go. The warning, it's accepted." But I guess we have to wait until they tell us something, because I don't think they merged the pull requests right away. So it's probably going to happen in the future. And then today we are going to change the default. So we are working on this default. I'm going to share.
I can share. Oops, sorry. Share screen.
Yeah, so we are working on changing the default for prepared statements. So on active record, you can pass in a configuration for active record for the MySQL adapter, and you can say prepared statements true if you want to activate it. And the default is false, so we're changing that to true because other types of databases also have the default as true. So it's kind of confusing to people. So yeah, we're working on that. That's our plan for today, is to change the default, see how it goes, run the tests, maybe add another test.
Yeah. And the other thing is if you read it carefully, it's kind of painful to take a long time to figure out that this feature was disabled. So we also asked in the PR, in the first one that just adds the deprecation, if it would be worth adding a paragraph or two about this feature in the documentation, so people don't have to spend a long time to figure this.
Yeah, but I guess that now the default is true, it shouldn't cause too much trouble. We can always add good documentation for prepared statements. But I think the confusing thing about it is that just for one type of database, it was disabled by default, right?
Yeah, but I still think it's worth it adding for even if it is like for the other adapters. Because let's say the prepared statements, is now true to all the adapters, but let's say that the person is running an old version of Rails, they might still need that information. And we can just like add a note in Rails versions before 7, you will have to set the default, something like that.
Well, you don't have, if you want it to be disabled, then you have to add the
Yeah, like I mentioned
config,
something.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we can always look at the docs and see how they talk about it.
Yeah.
But I guess now it's gonna be less confusing, which is always good.
For sure. All right, so just to give more context, this is the PR that we opened last time. We got one approval. We asked a bunch of questions. And yeah, we also got a review from Rafael. We fixed it. And it was approved. But now we don't know what happens, like how long it would take to be merged. But since we already have lots of context about this issue, we figure it would make sense to continue working on it and just leave it there. When it's time to be used, we just update the branch. So, all right, I think that's what we will be doing today. So I already have my terminal here. It's already updated. So maybe we can get started. But I will be driving today, so Thiago will be talking most of the time.
Well, last week I talked too much as well. You can talk.
We can both talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess we could create a new branch. So this is the thing. We want to be able to roll back the deprecation warning, right? Because they're going to merge the deprecation warning, and then people will see that, and then I guess eventually we are going to merge another pull request that changes the default and removes the deprecation warning, right?
Yeah, but I guess we can. Okay, so you think we should get started from our branch, from a previous branch, just so we get the deprecation, or do we just set the default now and then we remove the deprecation when it's time?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they do it, to be honest, because I guess they merge two pull requests, but then how do you remove the warning, right? Do you do that when you add the default? Because in that case, that would mean we would want to create the pull request as a branch of this branch, right? So they have the same history. Because if you branch off of main right now, there's no deprecation warning, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we want to do.
I think, honestly, to me, right now, with the information that I have, it makes sense to go from main and just work on setting the default.
Yeah, I guess when they merge the pull request,
yeah,
we would have to update main and then we remove the deprecation. Yeah, that works as well.
Right?
Let's keep it simple.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. Let's put ourselves to win. So I have my branch updated, and all the work that we did last time, well, during the past lives, when we were figuring where things were, right now I kind of already know what we need to do. that's the beauty of
Learning.
learning.
Practicing.
Practicing, and okay, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
So when we were adding the deprecation,
You have to make it larger.
really?
It looks a little small.
Oh, but the files look small, but when I
Okay.
open here, I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a place here. Let me see what it is. Connection adapters. There is the abstract adapter. Well, maybe I can just search for it.
Let me check something here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just check if the audio is working well. Okay, cool. Yeah, never mind. It's working.
Ah,
cool.
yeah. Always good to know.
I'm always thinking, is the sound working? Because I'm never sure, but yeah, seems to be okay.
Yeah. So there is a place that sets through to everyone. I don't remember where it is, but here, for example, this is where it sets for MySQL. Like it overrides the.
Do you want to give people a quick overview so they don't get super confused if they haven't watched the last session?
Yeah, let me just find where it sets to true.
Maybe let's open the config and go step by step because you can find it if you go step by step. So let's first open the base. Yeah. So Active Record has different adapters for different types of databases. And we have the abstract adapter class just as kind of a blueprint for the other types of adapters.
Yeah.
So if you look there, it's kind of a blueprint for the other classes. So they kind of have to implement some things. And then the adapter receives the configuration. Because remember, on Rails, you have the database YAML configuration.
Yeah.
And that YAML file gets transformed into a class. It's probably a hash.
Yeah, really. something like this.
Yeah, so it gets turned into an object, and then this object has a hash inside, but it doesn't matter. And then this config gets passed to the adapter when it is initialized. And so if you show them the initializer, I think.
The initializer?
On this class, the initializer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Active Records. So let me find this one.
Yeah, so see that it receives a config, it's just a hash. And then if you look there, it fetches the prepared statements key from the config. But if it's not there, so it tries to cast it to a Boolean. And if it's not there, so when you call fetch, you can have a default.
Yeah.
So the default in that case is true. So this is for all the adapters. And that's fine. So we want the default to be true for prepared statements. But if you look at the implementation of the adapter for MySQL, you will see that the config gets changed before it calls the superclass. And so on that line, you can see that you receive the MySQL adapter receives the config and then changes it if it's not there. So if it's not there, meaning if it's not there, you use a default, right? So if it's not there, change it to false, just for MySQL. And then it passes the config to the superclass. And then on the superclass, it will be present always. And then that line here is just going to use the config that is there. It's not going to change it, right?
Yeah.
So what we want is for the MySQL adapter to not do anything. We just do the same thing that is being done to the other adapters.
Yeah.
And so you probably can just remove that line.
Yeah.
And it should work.
Because I guess when we for sure, when we look at the initialize for Postgres, they don't do anything for the prepared. So where is the
Initialize.
here? Yeah, see.
Yeah.
So
No, it's not that one.
oh, sorry,
This
this
is
is
kind
this
of
statement for
yeah, this is something
initial.
else. Yeah.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah. See, it just calls the superclass directly. Doesn't touch the config.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You can do that as well.
Exactly.
Do you want to look at the SQLite
Yeah.
adapter? Let's look at that.
So we are here.
No, not this one. It's the.
Oh, I always get.
It's kind of an internal class. Yeah.
I think it is this one.
Yeah, this one, not
Yeah.
the other one. Yeah, so it changes to memory. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it does
it
all
calls
the configuration, right? For
Yeah, so I guess the line should be changing that line should be
yeah.
enough.
So I guess we can just remove this and
Superclass config.
maybe run the tests and see if there is anything testing that.
So when you do a reverse merge, you're just merging the two hashes, I guess. And if the key is there, it gets added. But if the key is not present, if the key is present, it doesn't do anything. I think that's probably it. Yeah, pretty sure it's just that line, but let's just double check or reverse merge does.
I never used this merge reverse. Yeah. Oh, why so slow? Oh, we have some news to share in a few minutes.
We can share now while we wait because it's not.
Oh, come on, reverse merge Rails. Is there another one that?
So there's a little app that you can use to look for documentation. Maybe we should use that in the future. I forgot the name now, but you can just search for it, so you don't have to go on Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Anyways.
you pass another hash, merge the color into other hash. So you pass one hash.
Yes, so it's probably just merging the stuff inside the parentheses to options and create a new hash.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is particularly useful for initializing an options hash with default values. Oh, I see.
That's exactly what they're doing there.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Got it.
You can just remove that, I guess.
Okay, so let's see if just doing this. Okay, it's not going to happen.
You also have to change the variable there. Superclass config.
Oh, right, because it's getting the config. So here we just want the config.
Yeah. That should work.
Good eye. So let me get the command to run because it's a long one. Let me go into active record and run all the tests.
This one.
Test. If I just run rig test, it will run everything, right?
Yeah.
So let's
pass the class at least. This is gonna take a long time.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, you just want to run the MySQL, right? Okay.
But I just want to run one class test, not everything, because it takes a long time.
Well, but I kind of wanted to see if there is another place.
Yeah, but it's gonna take a while.
So
should be fine.
Where did we run again? Test cases. Okay, so cases. Okay. Maybe we can run like cases adapters.
That's a good plan.
Okay, so cases adapters. So we will run all of this for the three of them. And then I wonder if we search for prepared statements here in the tests, if we will have any.
Did you branch from main, or are you? Which branch is this?
I'm a main. I forgot to create the branch.
Okay, no,
But
it's fine.
we can move it later.
That's fine. Just double checking.
Okay. I guess we have a few conditions for not connection prepared statement. I don't think we need to change those. Nice. Okay. Oh, what happened? No.
Adapters does not exist. Maybe I have to pass the file.
Oh, maybe it doesn't. I can't pass a folder.
Test. Maybe try the slash.
Let's see if it goes now. No.
You just pass one test, maybe.
Yeah, we get one.
So you change one line of code and then you spend 30 minutes to run the tests.
Where is the... Oh, okay, maybe we can run this one. MySQL adapter test. Okay, so mysql2 adapter test.rv. Hey. Oh no, what happened?
Test cases adapter.
File does not exist.
Can you copy this thing, the whole thing? Because I think it might be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, try running another one.
Oh. No, it is adapters.
There's probably something wrong on the path.
Oh, yes, I forgot to enter MySQL. Here, adapters, okay. MySQl2, and then this one.
Nice. Yeah, it would be nice if you could just pass a path and the tab, but it's not really a path. It's just an argument, dash argument or something.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to contribute if you know everything already.
But then you don't need to learn anything, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm joking because like
it's the purpose.
It's funny because this happened with me. Like the first time that I went to see the pull requests that were merged, I was like, how did the person knew how to change this and everything? Because like the issue was solved with just a few lines.
Yeah, but you don't know how much time the person spent on that, right? Maybe it was 3 weeks or something.
Exactly.
Or maybe not. Like when you have more knowledge, or it's pretty much just if you do this often enough, you probably can fix things pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
It's a matter of being familiar with the code base.
Yeah, so I guess for this one, it seems like that's all we need to do.
But which test did you run?
I ran the MySQL adapter, which is the same that we touched.
So maybe we can think about a way to test this.
Mm,
Maybe just check the default or something.
yeah.
Do you think that's worth it? Because I don't see any tests for prepared statements.
There are a few.
Let's take a look then. Because what would we want to test? That if you don't pass, you want to test that the default is now true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could do something. Hmm.
So,
You could just call the class. Remember that test that we wrote? You initialize the test, you pass the config, and then maybe you can check the config. Is there a prepared statements attribute or method inside the adapter or something?
let's
Because we could
see.
check for that. Maybe you just adapter dot prepared statements. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Enabled. Yeah. Let's see this guy here.
This one.
Yeah, maybe you could do that. Is that private?
Let's see, where is that?
Yeah, so
No, it's not.
we could do that. So we call the initializer, we pass the config, and then we see if prepared statements is enabled.
Mm.
Or maybe let's search for a test that calls that, because maybe there's
Yeah,
another one.
that's a good.
Because then we could say, oh, the adapter is MySQL. We initialize the class, and then you do adapter dot prepared statements question mark.
Yeah.
Should be true, should be false, maybe something like that.
So we have a few assert predicate.
That's doesn't seem like it's related.
Yeah.
I would try doing that. So if you look at the pull request, we can see the test that we
Mm-hmm.
wrote. Maybe you can do something similar. Do a similar test. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So it's cases, adapters, MySQL adapter test. Let's try that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure you could call adapter dot something.
Uh-huh. But then in that case, do you want to call like in the abstract? Or do you want to just test for MySQL here?
I just want to make sure that MySQL, the default is true. That's all I
Okay.
want. If I
Okay.
pass
Got it.
if I don't pass prepared statements, it should be true.
Okay.
Prepared statements question mark should be true. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So
And then I guess I can just copy that test and we change the name or something.
yeah, let's do it. This one.
No, not this one. This one. 43. Line 43. Just copy that guy.
Ah, okay. Oh, it's because we literally just copied that.
Yeah, it's very similar. And then you just change the config you're passing.
So
So
test
instead of testing for the deprecation, we just test for
statements.
default value or defaults.
Defaults.
Default. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So we have the fake connection there. And then instead of assert deprecated,
Mm-hmm.
we would just do what is it called? Subject equals that thing. Do they use subject for these types of tests?
We can pass config.
Well, just say adapter.
Okay.
Just adapter equals whatever. Yes. And then you just assert equal, yeah. This will be true.
True.
And this
Whatever.
will be adapter dot prepared statements question mark.
Statement.
Hopefully it's public.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Because on the config we're not passing the thing. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, let me. I think I'll remove the banner because.
Oh yeah, forgot about the banner.
How can I? Okay. Okay, so it ran. Let's try.
Did it work?
Yeah. So let's test. We are testing right. This should
You
fail.
can also pass in the test opt, so it only runs that test.
All right. I forgot about that.
Now that we know that stuff, it's pretty useful. Pretty useful.
Yeah, it took us a long. Yeah. All right. This is good because this is what we expected. We expected it to be true.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But let's just run that test.
Let me copy the.
Use test opts equals something.
Test ops equals, and then just the name of the.
Yeah, you do double quotes and then single quotes.
Yeah, I will definitely do this.
Yeah, that should work. That's what we want.
Believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know when the other PR will be merged.
So expected false, actual true.
Oh, it's because I didn't change it.
Yes. So, do you wanna yeah, we're only testing the default, right? So it doesn't matter if we pass false. Do you wanna test for that as well? If you do pass false, you check for it.
Yeah, why not?
But I guess it feels like a different test because you're not testing the default. You're testing the config. It's too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
So let me just. I'm curious about something here about prepared statements in general. Like I don't know. Adapter test. It looks like maybe.
Because those tests are testing the behavior of the feature. And so they're testing that yes, you can write a prepared statement and it's going to work.
I see.
And not checking if the feature is enabled. Maybe it would be a good place to have that, but it feels like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is a better place to have that test. But where do they initialize the adapter? Can we see that? I guess it's on connection helper, right? It's probably on connection helper.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. I'm just like, this is also just testing the. I'm sorry, I went further. Where do you want to look?
So probably on connection helper, the adapter is initialized or the connection is initialized. So if you search for connection helper, Control P for the class, the file connection helper. Yeah.
Okay.
Run without connection is a connection. Yes, establish connection. Remove connection. Can you check again? Maybe it's a different helper. Support.
So
Let me
what are
see the
your?
class again. Sorry. No, not this one.
I think this one, right?
Yeah. So if you go up there, at the beginning, there's a require cases. Oh, maybe it's cases helper. Let's look at cases helper.
Oops. Case.
Cache.
Oh, there are a few.
Active record test cases. So
Yeah, but did you say that there were a few?
yeah, but you just pick the active record one. Case.
Yeah, but there are 4 of them.
Cases. Cases helper. Yeah, okay. So if you go down, I think current adapter. Yeah, I guess the adapter gets initialized by itself or something. So you have to change the whole test to be able to do that. So I don't think it's worth it. I think the test we wrote should be good enough. At least for me. Right.
Okay.
Or we could write a new test file and test just for that, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that test is good enough. You can always go back, revert the change you've made, and see if it fails, and then add. We should have done that. TDD, but yeah. So
you mean this?
But you have to go undo again. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And then if you run it again, it should work. It should fail, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then you add the fix, and it should pass.
Yeah. It's because this time.
TDD now.
Well, this time I was pretty confident.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So
just showing to people, hey, this is the right way.
But this is testing first was how we were doing before. So yeah.
So it fails. Expected true, but it's false. And then you change the default. Cool. And then it should pass. No. So do you want to run it again?
Huh?
Do you want to run it again?
Yes.
Just show. Okay, it's working. I wonder, because on Rails projects, I use the gen called guard. And whenever you change the code, it runs the tests for you for the specific file. But I guess, I don't know if you could do that. Because I guess it works with RSpec. Not sure if it works with Mitas, but it's another way to do it. So if it's red, and then you change it, it's green, then you're good to go.
I see. I wonder if you can just pass look up here. I don't want to have. Okay. No offenses.
I guess we can commit.
Yeah. So this is where we would add. Oh no, this is not where we update the guides, right? I never actually read how to update the guides.
I think it's there.
Where am I?
Do you want to commit first, and then we look at that?
Yeah. Okay.
Just to not make it confusing. Because if we start looking at that, we're gonna get lost in that.
That's true. That one, and then after we.
Yeah, so let's just show the changes. So we added a test for we added a test for mysql2 adapter, and we are passing a fake connection, some arguments, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And on the config, so if you see the socket, I guess we could make it more descriptive. So instead of passing that thing, we could just have a config variable. I think will be will be better. So maybe create a just for socket. So socket, yeah. So that stuff there, line 219 is the config argument. So you copy that and put it in a variable, and then you pass the variable. I think it's gonna be easier to read.
Let me go there again. Okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a little better.
So config.
Config equals, and it's a hash, yeah. Okay. And then yeah, because then I think it's gonna be a little better to read. So config is the hash. You don't need this stuff here. You don't need this.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're passing the config. It doesn't have prepared statements. And then you expect that the default is true.
Yeah.
Cool. That works.
All right.
Do you want to run the test again? Just make sure. All right. I think that was an easy one.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. How long? 41. Okay.
All right. So let's get back to the changes. Yeah, so we added the test, and then can you show the code as well that we added? The changes. Yeah. And so we just changed those 2 lines. So it doesn't add. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that it overwrites. It just adds it, right? So it just adds a default.
Yeah.
That's specific to MySQL, and by removing that line, we don't have that anymore, and then everything's gonna behave the same. Yeah. Nice. I like this this class because it shows how to have different classes with kind of different behavior, and they have slightly different configurations.
Yeah.
But they all do the same thing. And so whoever is calling an adapter doesn't need to know how to configure the class or anything. You just call the method, say, hey, query this thing for me.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to see how you can add and configure a class that inherits from another one.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So let's commit this and create its own branch. Yeah, I want to change the change log here.
Do you want to create the branch now?
I know a way to just like, let me show you.
So what do you want to do? Because I don't understand what you.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me find it. It's like, let's say that I do a merge here. I commit here on main, and then I just but then I just get this commit. So I create a new branch, and then I get the commit from main and put it on the new branch. So for example, here I'm on main, and then so set MySQL to default prepared statement. Default
Prepared statements or statement?
statements, yeah.
Statements.
True. And then I have this commit
on
here.
main.
And so what I do is I create a new branch.
Set default.
Yeah. Set my
mysql2
mysql2
prepared statements. Okay. I will use dashes just to keep the the pattern, I guess.
And so what I do is I get the other. Yeah, so this just works. I have it on a file because I always do this.
Oh, I see.
This just works if all the changes that you want to keep are already committed. So if you have changes and you didn't commit, you will lose them. So either commit them or stash them.
Oh, I see. So you created a branch based on your local main that has the commit you want.
Yeah.
And so the new branch has that commit, right? Because it's and then you're just resetting main.
Yeah.
Not have. Yeah, okay, cool. That's a cool trick.
And then I go to my branch.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
This one has our commit.
A cool little trick. So you can either create a new branch and add the commit, or you add the commit and then you're like, oh, I committed on the wrong branch.
Yeah.
And so you create another branch and then you reset the branch you are currently on, and then you check out the new branch.
Yeah.
It's a cool trick.
Yeah, I used to do this all the time. I don't know why, but I like starting working from main.
Okay.
Yep.
Always committing on main.
Yeah, and then I just, because I like to experiment first, and then when I feel that I got to a good state, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to move to this branch because there is something to be committed.
Yeah.
All right, so
cool little trick.
I won't change the change log here because it will be impossible. We have no idea when this will be merged. When it's time, we do it. So let's just push it.
Yeah. Because you can always add the change log. The change log changes later.
Do you want to put it? I think we can open a.
I would just copy from the other one because it's probably very similar.
Yeah.
You just mention the other pull request. So mention the other pull request and then mention the issue. And then on the previous pull request, you mentioned this one as well. Just so they're together because they're related. So it's nice to have one thing pointing to another.
So I'm sharing my screen on Chrome and I don't have my login stuff on Chrome. Do you want to open the PR? And then you share your screen?
I don't want to share this stuff if you move it there.
Ah, yeah. That's true. That works.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so let's copy the other one.
Yeah, it's probably going to be very similar.
Let's switch my prepared. Okay, here. So this will be. I wonder if we open draft pull requests.
So the first step to fix your press statement, prepare, and it's missing a D here. Prepared statements is not enabled by default with my C. Yeah, this is the second step. SPR Yeah, then we can say this PR changes the default to true, something like that.
Changes
The default
prepare statement
config,
value.
yeah, config to true. Yeah.
And then I think here we can just mention this is the existing behavior for the
Yeah.
others.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Just copy that, I guess.
It's already here.
Mhm.
This
Is the
is
switch is the same behavior?
it is the same behavior that other adapters have.
It's always cool when you write descriptive
Yeah.
pull requests and you can just reuse stuff. Don't have to do the work again.
Yeah. So other information, we will update both the changelog and remove the deprecation warning once it's time, because this one needs to be
here's
merged.
the thing that I'm thinking about. If your pull request, well, I guess you have to wait until they merge on main.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you based your if you based your changes on that other branch,
Mm-hmm.
you would see the addition of the warning,
Mm-hmm.
and you could remove it. And when they merge the pull request, it would just work. I'm guessing. You know what I mean? Because this branch would have those changes.
Mm-hmm.
When they merge those changes on main, it would be the same thing as this one. So I'm just wondering if we could, instead of basing on main, we could base it on the other branch, right?
Yeah. Because I'm not sure if, for example, it would be something that they do here to do the change and remove the deprecation at the same time, or we remove the deprecation later.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I'm not sure.
we can.
I don't know.
Or
if it, for me, it would kind of make sense to remove the deprecation warning and change the default on the same pull request.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know how they do it, so I don't know, because it wouldn't be nice for them to have to fix it themselves, right? Because see, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you go back to the PR you were writing, if you change the base main to be the branch, that the other branch, so can you test that? So here on base, no, here, yeah.
Sorry.
If you change it to the other branch, I don't know if you can do that, but let's.
I think I take this one, which is ahead. mysql.
Yeah, maybe you can't do that. I'm not sure.
This one.
Yeah, so
This one.
yeah, so in that case, you would be able to see the changes, and then we would go and create another commit that removes the warning, etc. And in that case, you would have everything, right?
Yeah.
So when they merge that one, we will have the changes there, and then they could just merge everything together. But yeah, I don't know how they do it. So this is just one idea. I'm not sure if it makes sense or not. But I'm guessing we will always have to fix any conflicts and stuff because I'm not sure it's gonna work
Mm-hmm.
on the first try. I'm not sure.
Yeah, honestly, this one would be a
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's keep it simple, and then we can think about it later.
yeah, like
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't know. This one will be a draft one, like because we need to wait on the other one. We would need to update it either way, right?
Why? What do you mean?
Well, this will take some time here. So either way, we will have to update this one with main after this first one is merged. So
Yeah, but see what I mean?
I
This
understand,
one
but
would be already, those changes would be on Rails main, right?
yeah, I know. But then, for example, this one has the conflict here.
Yeah, the changelog is always going to have conflicts. I bet they manually fix that because this is kind of impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So let me just mention the issue here. We can create a draft here.
Or maybe you can ask, you say, hey, should we base this branch on the other one and remove the deprecation warning? Or should we create another pull request that removes the deprecation warning?
Okay, so should
Because
we
I'm not sure.
base this PR on the previous branch that has the deprecation?
Yeah, you could say, should we branch off of, I would say the other, yeah, this one.
Can I? What is?
I think it only works if you're on the same. Okay, cool. And remove the deprecation warning here, or create another request just to remove the deprecation warning. Because I'm not sure how
Yeah,
they do it.
I don't know.
So it's better to ask.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if they say, oh, it should be here, then we can always create another pull request or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay. I guess let's create a draft one.
Because I'm not sure if they review draft requests, right?
Okay.
We could mention someone, maybe. Now let's start off with a draft, and we can mention.
Oops.
Well, too late now.
I was going to click on the arrow.
Can you move it back to draft?
No, you have to close
well,
it.
Just leave it then. And then let's mention on the issue.
Oh, God.
And I would also mention this PR here.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, I can't edit because it's yours.
So let's see.
So you add it there, and then I will comment here.
I guess I can say later. So it's 4.2. So what's the
So while we wait for add deprecation warning to be merged. This UPR sets the default.
Yes, I updated that other pull request to point to this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we wait for some help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, since we already have all the context, let's leave it there.
Yeah, because it's pretty easy. They can just tell, so you should remove the warning on the new pull request, and we can just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they say, no, you have to open another pull request
Yeah.
to remove the warning, and that's fine. And I guess we have to add to the change log as well.
Yeah, I added as a comment all the information, like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sounds good. I think this is good for today. Like, let's wait for more information
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
them.
but it's good. It solves the problem. We're doing what they wanted.
Yeah.
And then I guess next week we can work on something else. Find something, some other issue maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe go back and fix anything that they. Yeah, let's just wait.
I'm not sure.
But I guess it's a good.
Changing the
What is that?
initializers.
Yes, let's.
So let's wrap up.
All right, so we changed the default from false to true, and we have two pull requests that are kind of related. The first one adds a warning, deprecation warning, that's probably going to be merged before the second one. So they're gonna merge the pull request, and if you don't have the value set, it's gonna raise a deprecation warning. So that's the first PR. And second PR that we opened today changes the default from false to true, and they will probably merge it on Rails 7.1, hopefully. And so it's going to change on Rails 7.1. And we are not sure if we should base one PR, if we should branch off this PR off of the other one to make it easy for us to also remove the deprecation warning, because they can always revert as well, right?
Yeah,
because it's just one commit that adds the deprecation warning.
that's true.
So you can always just revert that one.
Yeah.
That would be pretty easy as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not sure. Oh, should we do that?
Yeah.
I guess it's us, but I'm not sure if we should do that on the same pull request.
Yeah.
Or a different one. That's a good point. I haven't thought of that.
Yeah.
If we branch this new one off of the other one, and we add a commit that reverts the other one, it might also work. But yeah let's just wait.
Yeah, we can't know. I think this is one of the things that it depends on the project, and then maybe I will take a look at the docs later, like how it is, if I can find anything.
We can always look at the merged pull requests and see. So you can do that offline.
Yeah.
And see what is the correct way to do it. But yeah, that puts us in a good spot. We fixed the problem, and we're just waiting for more information.
Oh, you see, this one changes docs. So, okay. So readme stuff. Yeah, I also want to take a look at the active model docs to see if there's any place that we can improve the documentation regarding prepared statements. Like, even though it is true.
Model or active
record?
record?
Active record, yeah. All All right. So with that said, I guess we can wrap up this one. It was the easiest so far.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Ah, we don't know. I'm just writing down the notes because otherwise I forget them next time.
And we've got some cool stuff on the pipeline. So we have 2 expert guest sessions planned for the next month.
Yes.
So if you're interested in learning from an expert, Ruby or Rails expert besides us,
Yeah.
stay tuned. You can always go to our website and sign up for the newsletter, and we're gonna send the invitations for the expert sessions on the newsletter. So just
Yeah.
go to hexdevs.com. Let me leave the banner here.
Mhm.
Just go to our website /newsletter and sign up for the newsletter. And we're gonna have some really cool stuff next month. We're gonna probably talk about Hotwire,
Yeah.
as well, right? And we might also talk about Ruby instead of Ruby on Rails, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun.
The cake is baking in the oven. Oh, bake cakes. The cakes.
The cakes are baking.
Yeah, cakes are baking in the oven.
Yeah.
I hope you like cake.
And the cake is not a lie.
Yeah. All right. So wrapping up, this was a really good session because it paid off all the time we invested in learning more about active record, at least in the adapters configuration, because there's more than that. And yeah, so let's wait for the reviews. I'm not sure what we will be working on next week. To be honest, we might be pretty busy organizing the sessions, but we will let you know as always. And the best way is to subscribe to the channel, to our newsletter as well, because that's the easiest way for us to update with everyone, keep you all updated. Hey, João Paulo, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling like this was our best session because we
knew what to do.
We knew what to do since the beginning.
It makes it so much easier, but also it's hard to control the live stream and code and reply to questions at the same time.
Yeah.
Because your mind just goes blank sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we leave the live stream and say, oh, that's easy. It's just this thing, right?
Yeah.
But while doing everything at the same time, it's kind of, it's a lot, but we are getting used to it. So it's getting better.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon. And thank you for joining. Let's wait for the reviews. See you next time. Have a great Thursday.
Yeah. Have a great Thursday and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.